Afoot and light-hearted, I take to the open road. Healthy, free, the world before me, the long brown path before me leading wherever I choose. Henceforth I ask not good fortune, I myself am good fortune. Henceforth I whimper no more, postpone no more, need nothing, done with indoor complaints, libraries, querulous criticisms, strong and content. I travel the open road. The earth, that is sufficient. Hi, my name is Amanda from Mud and Ink Teaching, and I am thrilled to be joining you today on this Reboot Conference to share with you 6 reasons why you cannot sacrifice travel experiences in 2019. Travel is my greatest passion, really close next to teaching, but truthfully, travel is the thing that saves me in the most difficult seasons of my teacher life. And I'm here today to convince you not to put travel at the bottom of your list, to move it up and to see the value in getting out of your comfort zone, getting out of your hometown, and just seeing the world from a new perspective. So let's take a look at 6 reasons why you need to make sure travel is part of your self-care routine in 2019. First and foremost, travel is the best way to just destroy your comfort zone. I feel like being comfortable and knowing where everything is and what's going to happen the next day and you're in a really nice routine, we love that as teachers, but sometimes destroying that altogether helps us see better versions of ourselves and ways that we can improve. Travel is a natural way to go ahead and just destroy that comfort zone altogether. If every weekend we're constantly rejuvenating, doing the same things over and over again, those rejuvenating things can become routine themselves. So why not pack up the car and just go? Every time I talk about travel in this video today, I don't want you guys to think I mean take one big massive international trip. Big trips are awesome, don't get me wrong, and they serve a really important purpose in life, but short weekend trips, camping, grabbing a hotel room at an awesome price in a city 2 hours away, 3 hours away, the next town over, it creates an opportunity for you to just get yourself out of your zone, out of your comfort zone, and into a place where you're seeing things differently. When you come back, you're definitely going to see teaching differently because you're going to have spent time exploring a new place, spending it with your family, and you're just going to be thinking about teaching differently with a refreshed point of view. Whatever way you can, destroy that comfort zone and remember that travel is such a simple and easy way to do that. One of the biggest travel experiences in my life is when I studied abroad in Argentina. I spent the fall of my junior year studying in a foreign country really, really far away from Chicago. And I was terrified, but I had this idea that if I didn't do it then, I don't think I'd ever do it again. And it turns out I haven't gotten back to South America in a really long time. And not only that, being there and living with people who live a different life from me taught me how to see things from a new perspective. Before I got to Argentina, I was pretty convinced that everyone south of the border ate spicy food. Not true. Not a single Argentine is a fan of even salt and pepper on the table, much less salsa. Because for me, south of Texas meant everything was Mexico. And it really took physically leaving my home to see that new perspective. And food is kind of a small part of culture. It's important and we talk about it a lot, but truthfully, the politics, watching Americans on TV in South America and going to schools, visiting people, getting to know adults and friends and college students who were all from another country and talking to them about how they see the United States and how they see where we are growing our children and where we are educating our children. All of that shifted how I see what I do as a teacher and what's really important. It's so easy in teaching to get bogged down with standards and Common Core and all kinds of things on our to-do list. But really, the more we travel, the more we remember to have a global perspective, to look at our students as members of a global society, not just fifth graders, not just 10th graders, not just English students, not just science students, but students who need to function in a big world with lots of unpredictable demands. And again, for me, it was a pretty big international trip that helped start changing that perspective for me. But even small trips and regular times of getting away from home, you interact with new people and you see life from a different point of view. And that is the best thing we can do for our students because so many of them can't do that for themselves. They're either too small, too afraid, not supported by their families, or that's just not how they've learned to see the world yet. But if we can do that, if we can travel, we can go places, we can bring back artifacts, we can bring back our experiences with other people to treat and help our students be more successful, not only are we taking care of ourselves, but we're helping our students become more and more ready for what society's got for them once they're out of our hands. Prioritize travel as self-care because it's also one of the best ways to reconnect with our families. Whether you're taking your parents, your siblings, your kids, your husband, whoever you end up on the trip with, again, whether it be a weekend away or a month traveling in the summertime, it's a beautiful way to spend time making memories with one another that you're never going to forget. My husband and I found out in May that there were these crazy deals to go to Iceland, and we hadn't been there since our honeymoon 2 years ago. And we jumped on these crazy plane tickets, the direct flight from Chicago over to Reykjavik, and oh my gosh, we were so excited. And then a month later, we found out we were expecting our second child. Talk about panic. All I could do was feel guilty that I had spent money on traveling. And here I am, like, not exactly prepared for baby number 2, and we're gonna spend money going away on a big, crazy vacation. Well, the time came around, Columbus Day, October wrapped around, and finally we said, okay, we're doing this. So we dropped our other kid off with grandma and grandpa, and we went. And although I felt, oh man, this is spending a lot of money, and we were able to budget. We were able to focus our experience on the things that we really wanted to do. And by being organized and on a budget, we enjoyed a 3-day getaway to Iceland that we just didn't even know we needed. It was amazing to spend 72 hours together alone in another country, just being us again. I came back from that trip tired. I'll be honest, we were tired, but we had such a good time and have so many amazing memories that we can't even believe we made in only 72 hours. Traveling is seriously one of the best ways to reconnect with your family and friends, and there's no way to replace that. When you're on a trip and when you're gone, when you're away from home, there's a special kind of magic that forces you to create new memories and get to know each other all over again and in brand new ways. Experiencing the world together in new, unexpected adventures, that's how we take care of ourselves and how we take care of our families. travel in 2019 because there's no way to replace that feeling of just the enjoyment behind getting lost. Teachers, a lot of us, I know some of you are not like this, but a lot of us are very type A. We plan backwards. We plan forwards. We plan months in advance, years in advance. We have calendars. We have Post-its, and we are so organized, or at least we like to think that we're organized. Getting lost somewhere new and pulling out a brand new map and exploring a new location, a new city, a new neighborhood, the feeling of getting lost is irreplaceable because we remember that we don't actually know everything, and it puts us back in the seat of our students. We can remember what it's like to feel lost and how we figure out how to find ourselves again. That skill, the more that we stay comfortable, the more that we continue to do the same things over and over again, we forget what it's like to feel lost. And that sometimes feeling lost is really exciting. In school and as a teacher, being lost is terrifying because you don't know what's coming next, and that is not how teachers want to feel. But being lost, metaphorically or physically, in a new place is a healthy, rejuvenating, and exciting way to live your life. And we keep pushing travel experiences to the bottom of the list so that doesn't ever refresh us for our students. It doesn't refresh us for ourselves. I challenge you in 2019 to go somewhere and just get lost. As hard as we work, and as much as we convince ourselves that routine is important, sometimes what's more important is throwing that routine out the window. The morning routine, the bell work routine, the getting ready for the end of class routine, all of those routines. We live routine life. And sometimes we wake up thinking, oh my gosh, I can't do this again. Because we have to also reinforce those routines. We have to make sure that our students are following those routines. Our families are following those routines. We are self-disciplined to follow our own routines. And after a while, we're wondering, why does this grind feel so exhausting? It's because it's the same routine. And as healthy as that can be, and good and predictable and helpful for students, it's not always helpful for us to get stuck there. So sometimes travel is the best medicine to break up that routine. Travel can take us places where we can still have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We can still have a moderately routine day, but it's really going to shake up how things go down and force us to let go and relax. Letting go of routines helps us breathe and experience life with fresh eyes and a relaxed feeling in our hearts. It's so important to remember the importance of letting routines go and getting somewhere new. Travel is the one thing for me that helps me realign my why. Why did I become a teacher? I became a teacher because I really value what school has to give kids, and I really wanted to be the person that helped students want to learn, and I wanted to be the kind of person that inspired students to be great people and to want to achieve and work hard. And I wanted to be a teacher so that students found literature and writing to be things that are exciting and that are going to prepare them for an exciting life. And the longer I teach, the more I find myself steering away from that why. But every time I come back from a trip, no matter how big or how small, I remember why I became a teacher. It's because I love being a person. And as silly as that sounds, the less time we spend being people outside of the classroom, the more we forget who we want our students to be. Traveling is, for me, when we've been to Europe or South America or Wisconsin or Kentucky, every place we go, I see and talk to new people, going to breweries, distilleries, cathedrals, museums. I'm able to learn more and remember why I loved learning. I'm able to converse more and collaborate more. And I remember why I love working with people. All of these experiences remind me why I want to teach and remind me what I need to bring to my classroom every day. And it's not an agenda, it's inspiration. And how can we inspire students if we aren't feeling inspired ourselves? If travel's not what inspires you and you really are not convinced yet, that's okay, I understand. But really, I think that you and I both got into teaching because we wanted to inspire kids. We wanted to inspire the next generation of learners, and we wanted our students to just be great, happy, healthy, educated people. And if we lose perspective of that, we're not teachers anymore. So if traveling doesn't help you remind you of your why, find out what does. Because more so than travel itself, it's you taking care of yourself so that you can be inspiring to others. That's what matters. And that's why this conference exists. Those of you who are travelers, when's your next trip? What are you looking forward to? What's going to challenge you to learn something new or see yourself in a new way? What kind of obstacles are you going to put in your way on purpose that you're going to have to solve? What are you going to drag your family through that you're either going to love or hate? Who knows? The opportunities are endless. I had so much fun with you guys today, and I wanted to share with you a quick little giveaway that I'm doing over on my Instagram. I've got this beautiful bracelet that I'm sharing. And so the adventure begins. A Rae Dunn notebook. It's got several pages for you to make your next plans on, and a mug, which every teacher needs to add to their collection. Hop on over to my Instagram at Mud and Ink Teaching to enter to win. Can't wait to see you guys over there. Have a wonderful, wonderful new year.